Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain various functions and operators present in PySpark. I'll cover these things like contains drop table if already present, then create a table, insert records into the table, display the records from the table, display selected columns from the table, order by clause, then select top n number of records from the table, adding alias name to the field, and greater than and operator or operator, and wildcard search between and operator, not equal to operator, in operator, not in operator, aggregate function like count, aggregate function like minimum, maximum, average, and sum, having clause, display distinct records, arithmetic operators, substring, concatenate, subquery, join, inner join, left join, right join, full join, cross join, and union, union all, and intersect, except, analytical or Windows functions, partition by, aggregate over, lead and lag, common table expressions, converting column data types, display head and tail records, display column names from a table, display column and data types, get a schema of a table, get table record count, get table column count. Then I'll show how to import the functions and types in PySpark. Then the basic filter, then display the current date, add or subtract date from a date, add or subtract month from a month. Then let's go to databricks. As you can see, I have already connected to the community edition of databricks. I have created a notebook. I have named as NP PySpark cheat sheet. Okay, let's go to the next one. You can see here, to drop a table if it is already present, you can use drop table if exists, table name. Then to create a table, you can use these functions, create or replace table, table name, then column name and data type. So table will be created. Then if you want to insert records into the table, you can use the insert into table name and then the column names, then values, and create or provide some sample records, and you can create a table like this. If you want to display the records, you can create a data frame, Spark table, then the table name, and display the data frame records df.show. In this way, you can see the records from a table. If you want to display selected column names, you can use this data frame, then select function, select and the column names, then display the column names from that data frame. As you can see, I created a data frame and based on the table employees, df employees, from the table called employees. Then I am trying to use or show only the field names, only few field names. So there I'm using this df employees based on this data frame and using select function. And I have mentioned the column names, whatever I want to display. Then the last one, I am trying to show the content of this data frame. So the syntax is like the data frame dot show. Similarly, if I want to do a order by based on some field, I can use this order by function here. You can use order by and the column name. Then if you want to select the records based on descending order, you can mention here order by, but you have to mention descending, so dot desc. I will mention this code in the comment section, so you can use that. Then top rows, if I want to display the top rows, so I have created this data frame based on the employee table, df equal to spark dot table employee So based on this data frame, I want to select only few fields. Select this employee name, employee surname, and the title. Then I'm doing an order by based on the surname. Then I am trying to display only 4 rows. So I have to use this limit function, limit 4. So it will show only four records. You can see it has 14 or 15 records, but it has shown only 4 records. Then if you want to add alias for a field name, you can use this renamed with column renamed. For example, my field name was employee name. I want to rename that first name. Then I want to rename the surname to last name. So in this way, you can rename it using this with column renamed, and use this function to rename the field names. And at the end, I am displaying the updated field names. You can see here it was previously employee name, and this was employee surname. I have renamed it to first name and last name. Similarly, you can use greater than operator in this way. You have to use a filter function, filter, then field name. This is the data frame, and the field name greater than. If I want to show the records whose age is greater than 38, I can use this. Then you can use the AND operator using this function, AND operator. Then you can use OR operator. This is the OR operator. And wildcard search, you can use like, and it starts with age. Wherever it starts with age, then you can use age, then percentage. It will display the result. It starts with age. Like you can see, city starts with age. So all records where city starts with age, like Hyderabad, it has displayed those records. Then you can use the between and in this way. Filter birth date between this date and this date. You can get the results between these two dates, between and. Then not equal to, you can use not equal to in this way. And in operator, you can see here, if I want to display based on few combination, like I want to show the city, the records whose city is in Bhubaneswar, Chennai, and Bangalore. I can use in this way is in. Then the list of values. Not in operator, you can use in this way to display the records which are not based on Bhubaneswar, Chennai, or Bangalore. Not in operator. In this way, you can use. Yeah, you have. Yeah, I have used this. An aggregate function count. So to do that, you have to import from library, import count, PySpark SQL function, import count, and then you can use the aggregate, then the count star. Then I'm renaming it as count, and at the end I'm selecting city and count. You can see here. At the end, I am trying to show city and count. Based on city, I'm getting the count. So based on city, I'm getting the count. So to do that, I am doing, see here, you can see the group by city, and getting the count star, aggregate count star. So it will display city here and count based on the city. Next one, to display the minimum, maximum, average, and sum. You can see here. First, you have to import those functions, aggregate, min, max, and sum from these Spark SQL functions. Then I'm creating this data frame based on this table. Then I'm getting the group by. I'm doing a group by on city and then calculating the average, minimum, max, and sum using these functions. You can see here it is here I'm using average, then minimum, then maximum, then summation. In this way, you can get these aggregate functions. Then you can use the having clause also. You can see here group by city, getting the average salary, then renaming the sal as salary, then filter, imaging here salary greater than 70,000. So this is in this way you can get the having clause. Then to display distinct records, you can you can use the select city and the distinct records. So what I'm trying to get it here is city, getting the distinct city values from the table. So you can use the distinct function in this way. Then some basic calculation using with column. I am trying to multiply the values, quantity and unit price. You can see here. I am renaming the field name as total sales amount. You can see here. Then doing a multiplication between count and unit price. You can see here this is the value, quantity equal to 10, unit price equal to 20. I'm doing a multiplication for quantity and unit price. So 10 into 20 equal to 200. In this way, you can get some calculated values. And substring also you can use using substring. Before that, you have to import it. You can import using import star. It will import all functions. Then to get a substring, you have to use this start value and up to which position. In this way, you can get the substring value. These all are similar to the SQL functions. And concat, if you want to concat two fields, in this way you can concat. As you can see here, I am concatenating employee, then space, then employee surname as employee full name. So you can see here. In this way, one can concat using the concat function. Then a subquery, you can use the subquery in this way. Where count less than equal to 2. Then you need to join two tables. In this way, you can join. You have to use this. Like I have employee table and a sales table. I created two data frames, DF employee and DF sales. And I'm joining those employee and sales table. This way, you have to use the join function. Then join function, this one is the table employee, data frame employee, joining with the data frame sales based on employee employee ID, employee data frame or employee table employee ID with sales employee ID. And at the end, I'm selecting employee city, then sales quantity. You can see here. City, I got it from the employee table and quantity got it from the cells table. So in this way, the inner join works. Then left join. This is the join function. You can see here. Similarly, we will get the right join. The difference is you have to mention left here. Here you have to mention left, and in right you have to mention right here. The next is full join. You have to mention full. Other syntax is same. Then cross chain. Cross chain. You create two data frames. One is for employee, second is for the sales. So if you want to do a cross chain, you can use a cross chain function like this. Then if you want to do a union of records, you can use. For example, you can see here I created one data frame for employees, and data frame 1. It contains the records for city Kolkata. Second data frame contains the record city over Hyderabad. Third one contains the records where city equal to New Delhi. And I am displaying only employee name and employee surname. So if I do a union of all these three data frames, you can see here, this is the function, or this is the way to do a union. Data frame 1, union data frame 2, union data frame 3, and at the end I am getting the distinct of all this. So in this way you can use the union. You want to do a union all, you have to mention you don't have to use the distinct which I have used in the previous one. You can see here. To show the distinct records, I have used distinct here. If you want to do a union or, so it will display the duplicate records also. You don't need to use the distinct function. Then intersect, it's similar like the intersection that you can use using the intersect. Data frame 1, intersect, data frame. So only it will show the common records between two tables. Except means those which are not present in the table. In this way, you can use except all function. Then analytical window functions like the row number. If you want to display the row number, you have to use in this way. First, you have to import column and row number, then import window. Then I have created this data frame. Then you have to use this window spec based on salary description. If you want to display the row number, you have to use this window with a column and over this one. So over this is partition bar equal to partition. Next is the partition by. In this way, you can use partition by, which is similar to the partition by used in SQL. Then aggregate over, that also you can use in this way. Lead and lag. If you want to display the lead and lag records, so in this way you can use the lead and lag functions. It's similar like the lead and lag in SQL. Okay, I have created this data frame based on sales. Then displaying or doing a group by. can use okay, I'm selecting the records, see lag quantity. In this way, you can use lag. If you want to use the lead and display the records, you can use the lead function in this way. You can see here 15. So the previous one we are using the lead lag. You can see here null. For the second record, the previous record is 15. For this one, previous record is 35. Previous record is 35. So using the lag, we got it. Then to get the next value, we have used this lead function. You can see here for this record. The next value is 35. For 35, next is 90. For 90, this record, next is 40, which is there. So in this way, you can use the lead and the lag. Then some common table expression. If you want to do some multiplication, in this way you can do that. And if you want to convert to the column data types using cast, you can use this with column. Then I am trying to convert the data type of this birth date to string. You can see in this way you can do that using the cast function. If you want to display the head and tail records, you use head and tail. If you want to display n number of rows, you can limit. You can show that using the limit. Limit 7, it will show 7 records. With limit 5, it will show 5 records. Then if you want to display the columns from a table in this way, I have created a data frame based on this employee table. And if you want to show the columns, so it will be like df, the data frame dot columns. It will show the columns which are present in the table. If you want to show the columns and data types, so it will show employee name is string, employee surname is string. You get that. You want to get the schema of that table, you have to use the schema data frame dot schema. It will show the schema. So you can see here employee ID is integer, employee name is string, employee surname is string. In this way, you will get that using the schema function. If you want to see the record count of a table, you can count and bracket. If you want to show the column count, length of these columns, it will show the column. So, as you can see in the employees table, 8 columns are present. And if you want to import the functions and types, you can use that from PySpark SQL import functions and types. And in this way, you can use basic filter equal to 35, age filter is greater than 35. In this way, you can apply some filter. If you want to display the current date, you can use with column current date. This is the function current date in brackets. If you want to add date to a date, you can use with column. This is the field name, and this is the function date underscore add, then column name. How many days you want to add on that day? If it is 3, you'll add 3 days. You can see here the date is 10th May, and as I'm adding 3 days, so it has become 13. So 10th May became 13 May. 15 February became 18 February. 20 August became 23rd August. Similarly, if you want to subtract date from a date, you can use subtract date, subtract. If you want to add or subtract month, you can use the add month plus one, it will add 1 month, minus one, it will subtract 1 month from that month. Yeah. So in this notebook, and I have tried to show a few functions. So if you want, you can use that. It will be little helpful for you. Thank you.